Hi, my name is Bee, and I am going to do a short circuit of some yoga poses or asanas that will help you with your chronic pain. These are some poses to release tension that gets held up in our joints that are important for supporting our body and for mobility. And I've dealt with chronic pain for on and off for a few different reasons in the last 17 years or so. I'm not that old, but I have had chronic pain. I actually had some chronic pain even when I was much younger, and maybe that's why I have the chronic pain I have now that I struggle with. And I have found, so going back to my youth or my teen years when I first started having pain. I'm not sure the exact age that I was, but I remember having to go to the chiropractor, and I don't know why else I would have went to the chiropractor as a young girl unless I was experiencing some discomfort. And what was discovered is that I was born with one leg, which this is common. There are some people that this happens. One of my legs is about, it can be anywhere from a quarter of an inch to a half of an inch longer, depending on how I structure my body and how I balance it, how much that can get off, and which makes one of my hips higher than the other. And of course, that's going to, over time, cause some pain. So the pain is mainly in my low back. My pelvis is also tilted upwards, which actually, well, it's tilted this way so that my sacrum, my coccyx bone sticks out. And so it's very susceptible to injury if I were to fall on my low back because of it sticking out, which makes the pose Shavasana, which many of us love to do, uncomfortable for myself because when you're in Shavasana, you're supposed to be lying flat on your mat. If I don't have something underneath me that's padded, it's very uncomfortable for myself because of that bone sticking out. Also, when I had children, I'm a mother of four, I was able to successfully birth all of my children vaginally, but it was hard for my, maybe the pushing process, and maybe my labors were a little longer, more painful, I don't know. Also for the midwife or nurse, whichever one I had at the time, to check me to see how my cervix was dilating because of my tilted pelvis. So that wasn't very fun. But anyways, so, we're all made differently. And I've had my body my whole life and had to deal with it and have had pain that I've dealt with and gone to many different therapists, have experienced many different modalities of all kinds, all holistically, because that is my path and my journey. Although I did go to some physical therapy finally with this last bout of chronic pain a couple of years ago, was probably the most physical therapy that I've ever done. And so I learned a few things there that I actually will incorporate into this session. And yeah, let's get to it. I'm just going to, make this not too long. I'm not sure exactly how long it'll be, but I'd say under 15 minutes, anywhere from 10 to 15 minutes. And then I will have a series that I will be doing more of this work. But I wanted to start making these videos for those that need them. And I wanted to share what I've learned that helps me, that I'm hoping will help you also.